Okay, here's the thing. I would usually not really get into this kind of stuff. It's not usually my thing. However, my brother was talking about how his wife was giving him like tests in the past. I thought of how this video came up on my feed and I just had to. I just had to go back and look at it. And I thought, "Hey, maybe I will get some use out of my psych degree and, my licenses, and maybe I can educate you guys on a little bit as to my thoughts and why I think women do these things."
Wait,
Hello.
what's that, Prince Unicorn? You want them all to like the video?
Aw,
Okay.
it's a cute
What's that,
lizard.
Prince? They can also join the YouTube or Patreon
I have guinea
memberships if
pigs
they want
myself.
more. What can I say? He's a smart guy. Back in my day, breakups actually meant something. If someone told you we're breaking up, they actually meant that you were no
How
longer
old is she?
together
She does
as a
not look
couple. But
very
these days, it's
old.
kind of just thrown around a little too willy nilly as an empty threat, as
I would
kind of
agree.
something to put you in line and get you on your best behavior. For a lot of women, it's actually used as a test. A lot of them are even
Mm.
admitting it. A lot of women use.
Let me go ahead and pause here just to say that in my past, I have had quite a few clients come to me with the problem of that they are frequently breaking up and getting back together with their respective partner. It's really a sign of like mental turmoil between both of them. Usually one person would instigate the breakup. "Hey, I want to break up. I think we're not good together, the XYZ." And then the other person would respect them and be like, "Okay, I'll respect that." And then a couple days or weeks later they'll get back together, and then oftentimes, from what I've seen with my clients, it would be like a rinse and repeat. It would just be this over and over and back and forth thing until like one party or both parties are just so mentally exhausted. They just can't take it anymore.
Breaking up as a test to see if you'll actually fight for her and chase her.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
This has become such a common test, in fact, that we now have access
Very
to
common.
footage showing what happens when a man does not play the game,
Oh, this
does
is gonna
not
be
take the bait,
this is
and
gonna be
does
juicy.
not beg for the woman back.
I've had to come all the way here on my day off just because you haven't texted me.
Sorry, what?
Why are you acting like that?
Well, because but why are you here?
Because you haven't said anything to me for the past 2 weeks. I've literally been going crazy. Exist no more. Have you seen me?
Okay, but you told me to not contact you anymore.
That doesn't mean don't contact me. Are you dumb? Like,
What?
are you...
You said to me you would appreciate no further contact. You broke up with me.
That was me then. That doesn't mean you don't speak to me for 2 weeks to even care about my life. I could be dead for all you know. And you just don't care. You don't care about my family. You don't care about my pets. You don't care about my cat that you love so much.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. So yes, so we're looking at a couple or former couple here, I suppose, who she in this instant has initiated a breakup and has told him, "Do not contact me. Do not contact me." And she says that she's been texting him, maybe even calling him, and he hasn't been responding because once again, he's respecting her wishes of not contacting him. He's doing the right thing. I'm sure in his head, he thought maybe it'd probably be best for himself not to contact her as well. Even if he did see these text messages, he's putting it sounds like he's probably putting himself first, which is good. I would like to see that in a client. You can already tell that due just to her hostileness, that she's very frustrated. Obviously, she had some sort of expectation going into this that he didn't fulfill. She is now, as we can see, she's trying to make him feel guilty for not contacting her. She mentioned not only herself, but her pets, her friends, her family, she's trying to make it seem like he is in the wrong by putting all these things that he probably does care about. And it's like, well, if you didn't contact me, you must also not care about these things since you don't care about me.
Okay,
Are
hold
you
on a minute, yeah?
actually
How am I supposed to contact you, yeah? When you've blocked me, you blocked me off Instagram, you blocked my phone. How else am I supposed to contact you?
you're acting like you don't know
Interesting.
where I live? You could have come. You could have emailed me. I've got another Instagram. I've got 3 Instagram accounts, and you haven't contacted me.
Does
How
he know
dare
about the
you?
Instagram
What do
accounts?
you mean, how dare I? You blocked me, you told me to not contact you.
I've literally been waiting for 2 weeks, and you still haven't said anything to me. I'm
Because,
heartbroken.
the whole minute, yeah, because when I tried to message you and when I tried to call you, you just ignored me.
Oh,
I sent
I
you
can't-
text
very
after text after
interesting.
text
He
after text, and
did.
then you
He
sent me a
did
big old
contact and try to
paragraph,
call
yeah,
her. Very
explaining, saying,
interesting.
oh, the feelings aren't the same anymore, and now you'd appreciate for me to leave you alone.
I don't know why you hate me so much. Like,
I
if
don't
you
hate
really
you.
hate this,
I don't hate you. Like, I'm just trying to move on.
you should have just killed
Trying
me.
to move
I've
on.
been
He's
waiting
trying to
2
do the
weeks.
right
I could
thing.
have been doing something else. I could have started dating again. No, I spent all of my time
God
waiting on
forbid
to
you
text
start
me
dating
back.
again after a breakup.
Oh,
Skill
I've
issue.
come all this way, and you couldn't even just come and knock at my door and speak to me face
Well,
to face.
because you live an hour away.
Just because I
So it sounds like to me that, especially in the context that he has actually tried to contact her in multiple ways. He's doing what she wanted him to do, and she's still on this path of, why are you contacting me? I told you not to contact me. Like, just let it go and blah 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 blah. And now he's like, okay, well, I'll just move on. I'll just move. I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to heal, right? Sometimes I see in like these clients that when they initiate these quote unquote tests, they are often seeking something that they perceived that they weren't getting or getting enough of. She probably initiated to see if he really wanted to be with her, if he really wanted to be with her. Now, he began contacting her, and became very obvious that he was very dedicated to her and their relationship. However, she probably also got a little addicted to the feeling of him wanting her. She probably felt incredibly like desirable and wanted. And so she probably wanted to see how long she could keep up this, drag him along and see like how much attention she could get, because she was feeling probably really good about herself, that he really wanted her and he was trying to do all these things to get her attention. It probably felt good.
blocked you doesn't mean you're actually blocked. What's wrong with you?
But you told me to leave you alone.
Well,
This is why I hate men. I don't know why I even bother with you.
Why?
Honestly.
Why? Hold on a minute, yeah,
Gaslighting.
I've done nothing wrong. You told me to leave you alone. I've left you alone now. And now what?
If someone told you to jump off a cliff, would you jump off a cliff? I told you to block me. It doesn't mean that you literally need to block me and never speak to me ever again.
It's
I'm
what you
trying to give
asked
you
for.
what you want.
That is not what I want, though. How many times do I have to tell you what I want?
You didn't say what you want.
But the thing is, I don't know what you want. That's the thing. That's why I just left you alone, because you told me you want me to leave you alone, and I've left you alone.
Now, you can't even come and show your face. You can't
Well-
even come downstairs and speak to me.
Well,
I'm
yeah, because
so
I don't
glad
want
he's
to.
not.
That would defeat the point of no contact, but okay.
I hate you so much.
Then leave. Then leave.
What do you want me to do?
Unblock me.
But you blocked me.
At this point, nah. At this point, absolutely
Well, I
not.
mean,
Yeah? I mean,
you unblocked. Hold on, I'll do it right now.
See, this is why we as women can't have nice things. Because we try to come together, all of us, men and women, and tell people consent really matters and no means no. And then here you are showing up on your blocked ex's doorstep telling him consent doesn't matter, no doesn't mean no, and if you don't violate her boundaries, you hate her. We don't claim her. We
Yeah.
don't claim that one. So let me get
and then to
this straight.
say
She
I
drove
hate
an
all men is
hour
a
out of her
crazy
way
statement after
to
doing
her
that.
ex's house to show up and say,
An hour.
how dare you not contact me after I very specifically told you not to contact me when I look like this. That is a literal direct. And then we find out that he actually did try to chase her. He actually did try to fight for her the first time she did this.
Yeah.
He sent her text message after text message and call after call, just like she
I get
describes
it.
apparently
Yeah.
wanting, even
It
though she told him
it
that she
just
didn't want it. And she rejected him. She told him in very plain English, do not contact me.
yeah, stop
And then
contacting
made it
me
virtually impossible
for him to contact her.
contact
Yeah.
her. I know they're in the UK, but here in the US, 2 instances of unwanted contact after someone has told you not to contact
It's
them
harassment.
constitutes as harassment and
Yep.
could earn you an ex parte PPO, a personal protection order, a restraining order. And
I've
can
had
you
clients
imagine if
had
she
to
did
get
give an
those.
ex parte restraining order against him and he didn't know about it because they're still in effect even if you aren't served? He would be violating it just by her
And
being
then
there and him talking to her and interacting with her. I mean,
and then she would get mad at him for not violating it. If someone told you to jump off the bridge, it doesn't mean you do it. Yeah.
she has put this dude in a really bad spot. It was also crazy to me too when he's trying to explain to her that he literally could not contact her because she blocked him on everything. And she brings up, well, I have a billion other Instagram accounts. Why can't you find my alt?
Why does she
I
have so
thought
many
she was gonna
Instagram
suggest that I think you
accounts?
make your own alts. But no, she actually takes it a step further and says, you should have driven an hour out to my house. Fellas, I don't know who needs to hear this. Probably none of you because most of you are pretty reasonable men. But I don't care what this woman says. Under no circumstances, if a woman has told you to never contact her again and has blocked you in every pathway possible, do you drive an hour to her house to continue trying to talk to her at her residence? Dudes lose their lives that
Absolutely.
way. The how dare.
Absolutely. I would completely agree. And I also kind of want to go into a little bit as to why I think women do this in general. I mean, I've seen clients go through these tests and I've had clients tell me that they put these partners through these tests. And not just this kind of test. Partners will try to set them up with like somebody else to see if they're cheating. I've seen partners fake being ill or fake being sick to see if their partner will come to their rescue, fake put themselves in like terrible situations to see how their partner reacts, what they'll do. I think oftentimes, usually they feel like they're lacking self esteem or they're looking for a boost in their self esteem and they're looking for security in their relationship as well. Oftentimes, after being with someone for a certain period, it's very normal to think about, what your future is going to look like together. Like, are you compatible? Are they going to do things for you? I think that's normal and healthy to think about. I would be concerned if you weren't thinking about the future with your partner and how you think they're going to treat you in the long run or you treat them in the long run. Um so oftentimes when people have these thoughts, they will put their partners through like these little tests. I would say like guys, you have a partner that is putting you through these insane tests, I would run. If I were you, I would personally run. I would not entertain this if they have to question if you're going to be there for them in certain circumstances or they're testing if you're cheating or if they are blocking you and telling them never to contact you and then wondering why you're not contacting. If they're doing that, just run. Just leave it be and move on because this is not the kind of person you're going to be wanting in the long run. And odds are if they do it once, they're going to do it again. If you're truly compatible with your partner, if you've built that trust, you're not going to need these quote unquote tests.
And it's just so sad that these future generations' only ideas for retaining a relationship are these kinds of weird tests and games that are designed to force them into allegiance or something instead of
Yeah,
just staying.
I would completely agree. They're becoming more and more common and normalized. This is they shouldn't be normalized. I think this is a very unhealthy behavior. Like she was saying, it's emotionally manipulative, it's emotionally damaging, and it's becoming normal at a rapid pace. And I've seen people online even applaud their partner for passing this test. It's I've seen accounts on TikTok or Instagram that are set up purely to assist people with conducting these tests, whether it be like to undercover ask somebody out to see if they say yes even though they're dating you or something. Like I've seen accounts set up just for the purpose of that, and then they applaud and congratulate them when they don't.
Being together and working on things as equals who have compassion and respect for each other. And pop culture isn't really helping. On almost every social media app that you can possibly go on, every video is just dragging men, telling women to break up with their boyfriends, divorce their husbands. Men ain't
Or
shit,
test
they're all
them.
terrible.
Or test
So it's like
them.
women's
Yep.
knee-jerk reaction anytime they're frustrated with a man is to just dump him instantly. But there are no perfect men. There are no perfect women. In fact, there's something called the
Exactly.
hedgehog theory, which states that the more two people get closer together, the more they poke at each other. And
Yep.
just like hedgehogs hibernate and they have to get closer and closer together to stay warm, they poke at each other the most to survive. If we can't get thicker,
I'm a huge fan of hedgehog theory. I think it's best exhibited right after the honeymoon stage of relationships, where you begin to really notice what kind of person your partner really is. You begin to question if you're compatible or not. Now, this stage of relationship is very, very normal. Oftentimes people call it the make or break stage of like a relationship because statistically speaking, this is the stage where most couples will break up. They figure out if they're not compatible or not right then and there during that stage. So it's perfectly normal to not have everything in common with your partner. You are two separate individuals with different likes, different interests, different beliefs, you know? So I think it's completely normal to question compatibility. I think it's healthy and normal to see the differences you are as people. I think that's all the thoughts I had today. My question for you guys would also be, has this ever happened to you guys? Have you guys had any partners test you, or have you ever tested a partner? And I want to know your thoughts and feelings on these tests. It doesn't have to be a one-to-one of what this girl did in the video. There's literally seen all kinds of tests. If I could go through each test that I've heard from a client, this video would be like 5 hours long. But so I'm not going to do that. Maybe another day though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.